When people say they want like an open concept house, I'm like, they must be talking about teenagers, because I wish my kitchen had like a door on it that I could lock, because as soon as your kids smell that food cooking, they're in there wanting to know, what are you making? And I'm so hungry right now.
Can I help?
Well, no, it's like, I can't wait. I need a snack before dinner. And I'm just like, nope, sorry.
We're back with This Mom Life, and today we have Becky. She's one of my best friends here in Seattle, and at some point I'm going to be interviewing people that I don't know. But for now, it's just
know too many
people.
Cool people.
I seriously, I know so many cool people. We have 2 babies on the floor, so we might need to splice out some mom time taking care of them. So just be aware of that. There's gonna be little noises, which is the best and the whole point of this show. Becky, tell us a little bit about you and your family.
Well, I've been married for almost 13 years. And my husband and I got married in college. We have 3 children, and our oldest is a 9-year-old girl. And then I have a 5-year-old son, and he's almost 6. And then we decided, we decided we wanted another one, and my husband couldn't believe I wanted to start over, but I did. So Violet is only 3 months.
Okay, so I've done this the last couple of interviews. We're gonna do it again. It's time for rapid fire, don't be a liar.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Caffeine or candy?
Both.
Both.
I don't need a lot of caffeine, but I really need caffeine in order to like be productive during the day. But I don't go back to it a lot during the day, so it's mostly candy.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And then do you stay up late? What's your preferred bedtime?
1:30.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Every night?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what time do you wake up? Or like, what time would you prefer to wake up? And
Okay, well, so I do get up for about an hour to get my kids off to school, but then I go back to bed, and I don't usually get up till about 11.
Yeah, Becky is legit about this, and this is something I love about her. Is
It's my passion.
Her passion is being in bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, I think I called you at like 10:30 one Saturday or sometime in the summer or something, and you're like, hey, I was like, you're in bed still.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, so I could make an exception and get up early if I have an appointment or something, but I need to schedule nap time in the afternoon if that's gonna happen.
That is great. What do you do at night? What do you stay up doing?
So once the kids go to bed, then especially with the baby, like usually I'm still kind of taking care of her, but I do like to watch TV. We have cable. I'm not a Netflix person. I'm like a cable TV person.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I like to watch TV while I get stuff accomplished. I also clean a lot at night. I don't usually vacuum just because it's noisy. And then I really love to like craft and sew. And so that's
your
kind
project
of
time.
my time. Yeah. So I just feel the most productive at night.
Yeah. When kids are not around.
There's something about when you're expecting to be distracted that you can't focus on things.
Totally. Yeah.
So it's really like, no one is gonna bother me, and my husband.
And you'd rather not make it a 5:30 in the morning type of no one's gonna bother me.
Yeah, and I have so much respect for moms that get up early, and maybe someday I'll be that type of mom.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Next question. How do you get groceries?
I go to the grocery store.
You do.
Yeah, but I really hate it.
You hate it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna transition over to the new ways?
I don't know. I feel like I tried it before, and you just have to be really organized to do that.
Yeah.
So I do find merit in like seeing what's on sale and kind of getting excited about cooking a dinner with something I just bought.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I like going to the store and being able to see like an ingredient that I used to use for some dish I love, but I just don't think about it until I see it in store. Things like that. But yeah, a lot of women are just strictly online delivery or pickup.
I think if I had more kids closer together, you know, if you had to run all your errands with your kids, then that would be really hard.
But you don't mind getting up and going to the store?
No, so with her it's pretty easy. Before I had her, when my son was home, like during preschool age, I would go at like 10:30 at night.
Oh, yeah. That was one of your night jobs.
Yeah, so after everyone was in bed and I kind of like would tuck my husband in, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to the grocery store.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that was pretty common. Yeah.
Whoa, that is hilarious.
And it's kind of nice because you're one of the only people in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of family vacation with your whole family? All kids?
So I love going to the beach, but I don't like hot beaches. I only like cold beaches.
Really?
Yeah.
You love the exploring the beach thing.
So
Seattle's perfect for that.
It is. This is like our dream location. We love hiking, and when you're hiking on the beach, that's my favorite. And I really love like collecting rocks and shells and stuff like that. So that's another reason it's fun because it's like a treasure hunt. You're out there.
Super fun, and you're so good. Whenever we go to like low tide or something and there's things, she knows like all the names of all the creatures, the different types of like rocks and clams and things that are like stuck to all of the walls and things.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, do you guys camp and stuff too?
Yeah, we camp a lot. All my kids, the first time I took them camping, like within a few months of their birth, I grew up camping.
Okay.
So yeah, we just really love the outdoors. And my husband loves it too. I love to cook while we're camping. It's an activity that everyone in the family really enjoys.
We love it, and every time we get out and do it, we love it even more, and it becomes that much more easy. But I feel like we need to do it a couple more times to really get our system down to where we can just like load up the car and go. I feel like every time we want to go camping, it's like reinventing the wheel, and figuring out what we need and how much and where we're gonna go and things like that. So we just need to go with you guys sometime.
Honestly, yeah, the more you go, the more you like figure out what you really need. You know, what someone else needs isn't necessarily what you need. So I have a spreadsheet, and it has basically everything, and then I cross things off if I know I won't need that stuff.
Oh, that's so smart.
And so that makes it really easy. And then I also have a really big bin that I call the camping box, and that's where I keep things that you only use camping.
Yeah.
So then it's like half of it's packed already.
And it stays out of the way, like while you're at home and things. It's just like the camping box.
Yep. Exactly.
That is super cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm motivated. I'm gonna go camping more.
I just talk to a lot of people, and they always say, oh, I wish my family was into camping, and they usually have small kids, but kids love being outside, and they love camping, and you won't see them, you know, they won't be bothering you all day like they are at home because they're out playing in the dirt, you know, and they really love it. So I always think, like, as a parent, it's worth the effort
it's
just
like
to get
good
out
for
there.
everybody. Like the kids get outside time away from screens and games and things like that, and you get, I mean, for me, being out in the forest especially, and Zach as well, it's like a happy place for him. Whenever we're done with like a cabin weekend or something, he is just filled.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic, and like, yeah, it's awesome.
How do you like to clean? What's your cleaning style?
So
I guess we kind of talked about it. Nighttime.
Yeah, but it's definitely not consistent. So I would definitely say one of my biggest weaknesses that I've continually overcoming is cleaning.
Yeah.
And it's taken me many years to realize that as the house gets messier, I get more stressed out.
Yeah.
And so it's just worth it to pick up. So most of the time it's just enough energy just to pick up, and I don't actually clean. And wear the shoes in the house type of people, because I just don't
Yeah, it doesn't
mop,
bother you.
and I don't like walking around on a dirty floor, and I would rather just put shoes on than clean the floor.
Yeah, that's how I am too. So you're not like ultra house has to be spick and span all the time.
Definitely not.
You obviously know you love a clean house, but it's not your forte.
I definitely feel more creative and more like excited about cooking or creating or getting a project done if the house is clean.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. That was a not so rapid fire question session.
Babies interrupted.
With babies interrupting and just, you know, diving into these questions. We're gonna move on to what's in your fridge. Actually, I'm changing the name of it. I'm changing the name of it to, I think I might call it What's for Dinner.
I love that.
Because that's the question that we hate to hear.
What do you shove down your
every day?
bullets?
Okay.
Okay. I'll just move some stuff around so you can see better.
Okay.
Well, we got Diet Coke for my husband, and I am a regular soda girl, so I
Keep it stocked.
I prefer Pepsi, but I will drink a Coke. I'm not picky.
Okay.
We have some sausages that were on sale for Super Bowl Sunday. This is a homemade pasta sauce that we make homemade pasta a lot. Like noodles from scratch. So obviously you want a homemade sauce to go with it. Eggs is like my main food group.
Life.
We have a lot of vegetables. This is a bag of chopped cabbage that I like to eat with my eggs. I use it as a pasta substitute a lot if I'm like trying to eat a little healthier.
Cool.
These are sourdough starters. My husband's really into baking bread, and he was explaining to my daughter that it's like a pet that you have to keep alive, and this is her sourdough starter because she said, I want a pet.
That's so cute. You have to keep it alive.
I know.
I saw your Instagram post
so
on
the
them.
things I really feed my kids, we're low on yogurts, but we buy these yogurts from Trader Joe's, which are like my favorite. I only like to buy full fat products. We have hot dogs, and I make ham and cheese sandwiches for my kids every day, and I love bacon, and so I keep it on hand because I cook bacon like every 3 days.
Awesome. So you guys are like a full meat carnivore family.
Definitely. So growing up, we never really got like deprived of any food group, and I felt like it kind of taught us moderation. So that's more my philosophy. Yeah. Then we drink full fat milk as well.
Nice.
And my daughter is lactose free, but it's still whole milk here. And I buy butter by the cubic yard at Costco because I bake a lot and I love butter.
Totally. You gotta get your butter at Costco. It is the cheapest place.
It is. And I like unsalted butter because salt is added as a preservative, and you get fresher butter if it's unsalted.
Tips from Becky.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, what about your freezer? Anything fancy in there?
So I have a lot of frozen fruit in here that I freeze myself usually. So we went raspberry picking, and these are plums from our tree. This is, you know, a cold pack for injuries. I have some breast milk in here, basil, because we make a lot of homemade pizza. So I buy basil in bulk as well.
That's awesome. I didn't know that you could freeze it like that.
Yeah, you vacuum seal
It goes bad so fast if you don't have a plant growing.
Yes,
too.
yeah, and you can only make so much pesto.
Yes.
And then these are my favorite chocolate chips that I get at Trader Joe's. They're super dark, and they make the best chocolate chip cookies in the world.
Yum. Awesome. And we got some ice cream.
So this is another mainstay, just the frozen chicken breasts. I like them individually wrapped, and then I usually, my kids eat like 5 Otter Pops a day, and I'm like, you know what? It's like a sip of juice. So I don't put a limit on the Otter Pops as long as they throw the trash away.
Exactly. Yes, that's perfect. And that's what's in your fridge. Yay! So, and you guys do a lot of fun, I don't know, just like you get into your food making. Like you guys, it's a hobby for you guys.
So both my husband and I like the technical process of doing things, and so whenever we get into something, we like to just dive deep. So we make pasta, he makes all sorts of breads, I bake a lot of pies and cookies and cakes, and we invite people over for dinner a lot because we don't want to eat a whole cake by ourselves. So it's just kind of an excuse to get bake more.
Yeah.
And then
what have you guys gotten into recently?
so recently it was like the pasta making for sure, and it's really fun because he gets home from work and I have the dough made, and then he helps me, we roll it out together, and it's really fast if you have 2 people working with you, and my kids love it.
Fun.
Yeah.
That is super cool. And you guys recently made us some donuts. So you guys
Yeah, so you name it, we've done it.
Yeah, the donuts here. We did a big.
You know what? But I don't discriminate because I love meat too. So beef is my favorite. So we cook burgers, and I make poke at home sometimes. I buy the raw fish and chop it up and eat it over rice. And just, if we enjoy going out to eat it, then we'll find a way to make it at home.
That is so fun. You guys are the best. So now we're gonna move on to our next segment of, I still don't have a name for this. Becky's gonna show us her 3 favorite places in this house and explain a little bit about your house, and like, you know, you guys have been here for what, a year and a half?
Yeah, about a year and a half. So it's a small home. It's about 1,300 square feet, and I prefer it because I don't like cleaning, and it's like, if you have a small house with 1 bathroom, you you only have to clean one bathroom. So this is my craft and sewing room, and it's also a home office. And obviously I have prioritized my space according to what I'm into. So I have a lot of fabric because I love to sew apparel mostly. So children's apparel, honestly any craft I'm into, screen print, crochet, cross stitch, tie-dye, you know, anything that you can do with kids too is like always really fun. This is a Halloween costume I made for my daughter when she was 3.
Oh my god!
And I screen printed the
symbols
on it. It's a double skirt. And let me just tell you, nothing will make you more frustrated than sewing satin sleeves onto a tiny dress. So this is the playroom here, and slash storage room, laundry room. But over here we have the kids' art cupboard. My kids really enjoy creating, and that's something that we have in common. And so I always try and make sure that they are well stocked with materials and just giving them simple prompts. You know, my son loves to tell me he's bored, and I say, hey, we got a empty egg carton. Why don't you make a collection in it or turn it into a crocodile or whatever? And then we have all the materials to do that. You know, pipe cleaners and paint and doodads and
yes.
So my daughter just recently got into simple sewing with a needle and thread. So I just gave her my entire box of felt scraps that she likes to make little clothes and little campsites, and she made this little thing down here.
That is so cute.
It's like her new little
That's
diorama.
Yeah, with the moon.
Like, I think this goes along well with your whole thing about not being like super crazy about being clean.
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to let your kids get out the stuff and be messy and make a mess, oh my gosh, that is something I have to get over. And I'm not a super clean person either, but
this is definitely the biggest disaster room of the house.
Yeah.
It gets very overwhelming.
I love it though, and it just gives them a space to be creative and to like know that you're okay with it and that you have your blessing in making a mess.
That's true.
Yeah, it's so cute. Okay, last spot that we're gonna talk about at least.
All right, so in the summer, I spend most of my time, instead of relaxing in my bed, I relax outside in a hammock. And it's raining today, but we string a hammock up from that corner of the house over to this tree. So it kind of blocks off part of the backyard, but my kids love coming out here and spending time with me, and you can hear the birds chirping.
You have
and
such a great backyard, and your dog can run around.
It's so beautiful. So that's another reason I really love living here.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
As long as I'm laying down, then I'm happy doing whatever.
Okay, here we go. Then talk so hard. She's like, get out of my face. Okay, cool. So that was super fun. Thank you for showing us your home and letting us, you know, walk around and see everything. I'll say it again. I love seeing how other people live because you learn so much and think about things that you never thought were a thing. So.
Well, not only that, but if you feel insecure about something, kind of seeing how like other people could make that work is beneficial.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your motherhood journey, kind of, and just how do you feel about your motherhood just in general?
So I really love being a mother. I always wanted to be a mother. When we got married, my husband convinced me to wait until we finished college at least to have children.
Yeah.
And now in hindsight, I'm really glad I did.
It's hard though.
Well, you don't get those years back of not having kids yet. When I was 18, my mom had a baby. It was like a surprise baby. And so I really saw firsthand what it was like to see, you know, how much work a baby was and things like that, because a lot of times you can't really compare your siblings because you were young too.
Yeah, like me, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea what having a baby was like.
Yes.
Like I knew it was hard and you didn't sleep, but you really don't sleep a lot of the time.
Yeah, so I saw firsthand kind of what it was like, and so I felt like I had a pretty realistic grasp on what it was going to be like, and that really helped me prepare for when she was here. I think I was a laid-back mom kind of from the start, and so that's definitely my philosophy is like laid back mom. So it's positive and it's negative. One of the negatives of being a laid back mom, I feel like, would be if your child thrives on structure, that would be a hard adjustment for me.
Yeah.
If they're having some sort of issue where they really need to be pushed. So for example, my daughter was having a lot of trouble with reading, and her teacher basically said she just has to read every day at home. And she didn't want to, and it was hard for me to force that on her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like more of a go with the flow. You know, if she's into it, which she's into art, it's like, great, I'll provide all this stuff for you. But she's not into reading. So that's something that's been hard for us.
Yeah.
Last year was really, really difficult, and now we're in a really good groove, and I read to my kids every night before bed, and I actually have a chapter book for my son and a chapter book for my daughter, and I read a chapter from each book, and they both listen.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would have been possible a year ago, but they just both matured enough where that was like really beneficial, and it's one of my favorite things to do now. So
I think we were the same way in this way. Like when they were little and everyone's reading, like their nightly routine is take a bath, drink some milk, read a book. Like I was so not that type. Like I almost never read to my kids when they were super little, and even still, like whenever we do sit down and read, I'm like, this is so fun. I wish I did this more, but it's just like not my style.
I realized that picture books weren't really my thing. I got bored of reading the same books over and over, but once we transitioned to chapter books, it's been
so
amazing.
Fun.
Yeah. I never realized that would make such a big difference for me as a mom.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot already about your guys' hobbies and things you do for you. So I normally ask my moms, what feeds you as a person and outside of being a mom? What do you like to do and things?
So I feel like if I get any chances to be creative, that really helps me a lot. And so some moms take that in like planning parties for their kids and hosting awesome play dates. And so I just kind of dabble in everything. And if one thing that's really good is if I'm feeling overwhelmed, then I know like I need to take a step back. So every Halloween, I make amazing costumes for my kids.
Yes.
And I love to sew, and so it's like a joy for me. I call it my
really
Olympics.
Fun time of the year, yes.
But this past she was born on November 4th, and so I was really close to my due date, and I just told myself it was fine. Like we just recycled costumes from the costume box, you know, and I didn't stress about it, and I wasn't like beating myself up because I dropped the ball this year.
Yeah.
Give yourself permission to be flexible.
Yeah, and that kind of can maybe segue into one of my favorite segments of the show is I'm killing it, but it's killing me. So that could be one of your killing it things, is that you know, like you're aware of yourself and when you just need to step back, and you're also okay with just stepping back and just saying no.
Yeah, so that's definitely keeps me low stress level.
Totally. Do you have any other killing it? Something
I definitely feel like
them.
dinner time is like, I'm killing it. Because, and it's not like I'm feeding my kids the most nutritious meal and they're eating every bite.
Yeah.
It's because it's really like a me time during the day. I love to go in the kitchen, I put my AirPods in, and I'm in there working and listening to Jeopardy, you know, and I listen to Jeopardy and I just like have my time in there
to like decompress the day. And
yeah, and I really enjoy it. And so when people say they want like an open concept house, I'm like, they must be talking about teenagers, because I wish my kitchen had like a door on it that I could lock, because as soon as your kids smell that food cooking, they're in there wanting to know, what are you making? And I'm so hungry right now. And
Can I help?
Well, no, it's like, I can't wait. I need a snack before dinner. And I'm just like, nope, sorry.
That's so funny. Okay, do you have anything else that that's killing you?
Things that are killing me. Well, I talked about my daughter's reading, but going hand in hand with that is teaching my kids how to do chores. I can't do it. Like, it's too much work. And I can't get over the hump. So we made some really good progress this summer when we had just like, they were here all the time, and so I could nag them all day. But they get home from school and I feel bad because they've been working so hard
and they're totally drained. I'm the same exact way right now. I'm like, I told them that their thing is the dishwasher. And I said, this is what's gonna happen every day after school.
I know, and you try and
school.
set expectations.
And then they get home and I'm like, you go play. I'll do it.
And it's not even that
wanna
really,
fight
it's
you.
like they really resist me. And then they're bad at it. And
Yes.
it's so much easier to just do it myself. And so I think,
I know.
at what age am I gonna teach them how to pick up?
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter's slowly learning, but if she goes back there and she sees the giant mess she's created with crafts, like, she doesn't want to clean it up.
Yep. And I say, and
she's
I always
totally
say
overwhelmed.
this, you're old enough to make the mess, you're old enough to clean it up.
So I have like an internal monologue, or not, it's internal, it's a monologue that I like
It's
spew.
external.
Yeah, while I'm picking up. Who made the mess? Do you think it's fair that I'm the one that has to clean up the mess? No. Well, they're not gonna do it. And then I get stressed because the house is messy and we live in like a shoebox.
Yeah.
I just tell myself someday. Maybe when she's 12.
Maybe when they're grown up and there like aren't any messes anymore.
Maybe when they care about earning an allowance. That'll motivate them. I don't
That's a
know.
whole thing too.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, that was awesome. Thanks for that. One last thing we'll talk about. If you could either tell your new mom self or like if you had a motto or mantra that you could live by that would help other moms, what would it be?
So one thing I find myself constantly telling me, and this is anytime you're starting to feel inadequate or like you aren't an expert at something that a lot of other people are expert in, is I just tell myself that there are seasons in life. Mm-hmm. So right now is the time to spend all your energy, playing with your kids or taking care of them, and you can do the things that you want to work up to later in life. Mm-hmm. So, for example, and this is really random, but I see merit in gardening and I want to grow my own stuff, and I have a big backyard and I can have an amazing garden. Mm-hmm. But that is just not in the cards for me right now. Yeah. I just have too much other stuff going on and I can't bring myself to do it. So I look forward to, in the future, having a beautiful garden.
Yeah, and I feel like if you can buy into that, if you can like truly sit back and be like, later, it's fine, later. Then you can also like plan for it. Like you can read up on it, you can see how other people are doing it, and that's a great one. Don't be sad if you're not able to do everything you want to do right now.
Yeah, and if you have a desire to get better at something and you're not getting better at it, like you say, I'll do it in the future.
Yeah, because we're not saying like you can't do anything when you have littles. Like there's so much you can do, but if it's proving too much, then
if it's feeling overwhelming, and if it's having more negative effect on you because you're more discouraged than a positive effect, then just let it
go. Awesome. This has been such a great chat. Becky is so nice. I literally called her up like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and I was like, I need an interview. Can I come over? And she accommodated me so nicely, so thanks so much. You're the best. You're such a great mom, and just, you're good at all the things. And I've grown a lot, and I've learned a lot from hanging out with this chick over here.
I definitely get the passion for things, but then if I don't have the passion for it, I just let it go.
It goes away.
Who cares?
Yep, love it. Do all the things, guys. Share us, like it. I'm trying to get better about posting on social media and things, so that's my fault for not doing the best at that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to tell your friends about This Mom Life, and we're gonna keep going all year. Every other week, I will be posting a new This Mom Life video. On the off weeks, you can come back and just watch another fun video that's not an interview, but it's gonna kind of go along with what we talked about. So that's that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.